Hello, and welcome to another episode of James Dirty Deeds. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. And I want to say hello to all of you. Thank you so much for those of you who watched and made the first premiere of season 3 a rousing success. We had Chloe Lanier on, who plays Baddie Nell. And that's what the show is all about. Someone asked me in the comments, how's this different from the JHM Spotlight and the other things I do? So this show was created years ago, and we had 2 full seasons of it. And I decided to bring it back because there's some things that some of the characters do on the show of General Hospital. And so this show is about highlighting those dirty deeds. Now, this is always about character, not about the person in real life. And I love the actors, nothing about them. It's all about the character and the things they do. And most of the time, it's just spotlighting what they've done on the show, kind of rewinding back, and also having some of those actors come on the show and talk about their roles playing bad folks or folks who are misunderstood somehow. I don't know. You tell me. This I know this may be controversial because I love the character. I love the actress, Rebecca Herbst. Love the actress. She's been on for over 20 years. This is Liz is Dirty Deeds. So if you're an Elizabeth fan, and in the past, I've done episodes about Elizabeth, and I've gotten lots of response. So I'm hoping, once again, please engage, tell me how you feel. So Liz fans, this is actually some of Liz's dirty deeds, because I was inspired by this episode from a line that Ava said on the show during Nurses Ball to Nina. She said, Elizabeth has always been chronically unfaithful. That made me chuckle. But I decided to go back and actually look and see what has Liz done that was kind of, because she does have 3 baby daddies like that, but that's not a bad thing. There's nothing bad about that. But she did have some issues. But the one thing that I did realize, well, I'll say that afterwards. So Liz had an affair when she was married to Lucky. They were having problems, mind you. She had an affair with his half-brother, Nicholas, which resulted in a whole Aiden thing. We thought Aiden was Nicholas's for a while, but turned out to be Lucky's in the end. And there was a whole thing that broke down Lucky and Nicholas's relationship. It was really close to home. There was always the 4 Musketeers, which were Emily, Lucky, Elizabeth, and Nicholas. And Emily and Nicholas were always once together, and Lucky and Liz were. And so this kind of crossed several lines. And that was one such thing happened there. Also, again, during one of her times married to Lucky, they were having problems. And she had a friendship with them before, because she had nursed him back to health once. Her and Jason Morgan had an affair, which resulted in Jake. Remember at one point, my alarm went off. I thought I turned it off. Remember at one point when Lucky and Sam were dating? And that's a little side note. I remember that. I was going, Lucky and Sam. What does that work now? But Elizabeth had a little affair. Her and Lucky were having problems. She got with Jason. They decided it wasn't good. She got back with Lucky. Lucky agreed to raise Jake as his own to protect him. Him and Jason came into an agreement. And that was very interesting. When Liz and Rick got divorced, because they had problems, and I loved Liz and Rick together. I did. When she got divorced, she slept with Xander. Now, her and Xander knew each other from before. But then she got back with Rick, and he agreed to raise Cameron. Cameron is the child of, there's always children around children, is a child of Liz and Xander. So some of these are kind of like, I guess I don't know if they're unfaithful. They're more like in between problems. You guys tell me if that's unfaithful. They keep saying affairs, but they're kind of like she was divorced with this person. She thought they were kind of over. She got with somebody else, but then got back. So convoluted relationships, to say the least. And of course, we're just going to bring up one of her other dirty deeds was that she knew Jake was Jason when he first came back, kept it in the dark for a while, wanted to marry him, wanted for himself. And I know a lot of Liaison fans were so happy that storyline was happening. It seems like Liz and Jason can never seem to have the right timing. That's the one thing about the Liaison fans. I know they once in a while throw Liz and Jason in a room together, and there is chemistry, total chemistry, but they don't seem to ever be able to match up. And he's with Sam, and she's with Franco. So I know Frizz fans, you have the Frizz fans, you have the J-Sam fans. It's the thing is that there's so many different combinations that Liz was a part of, because she's been on the show for so long, that yes, I mean, and you can't be, the thing is, Liz she never said she was a saint. She never portrayed herself as that. I liked her with a little edge. When she first came on the show, she had a little edge to her. She was the bad girl compared to Sister Sarah was the good girl. But, so things happen. She got 3 children. She's a good mom. But she had a few dirty deeds. And that's all I wanted to kind of bring up for you guys. If you have more to say, have any comments, which I'm sure you do, please comment below wherever you see this. Let me know what you think. If you have some ideas of who I should have on the show, who I should spotlight, who are the baddies of General Hospital, comment there also. This show is on YouTube at JLJ Media, and it's on all streaming services. Wherever you find your favorite podcast, you can listen to me if you don't want to watch, which is fine. However you get this is fine. Thanks to all the GH groups that let me share this with them. I completely appreciate it, of course, and General Hospital for the new episodes that are out right now. And so, like I said, I'm working on some stuff for you guys. But I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me at James Lott Jr. everywhere. Everyone, please stay safe and